Why, good day, students. Are you ready to start a new unit? I hope so, because this one is really fascinating in my mind. It saved me a lot of times, especially when I'm doing my own Christmas greeting, personalizing letters and creating mailing labels and directories. So we're going to actually do what's called a merge function, and we are again using the Shelley Cashman series to work through these exercises. So this is Word Chapter 5, and we're going to generate form letters, mailing labels, and directories. And in this unit, you will be able to explain what a merge process is, use the main merge task pane and mailing tabs on the ribbon, use the letter template for the main document, create and edit a data source, insert merge fields in the main document, use the if condition, sort data, create labels and envelopes from a merge. Now I know some of this probably seems like it's passé and you don't understand, but hopefully through the exercises you'll understand what a merge function is. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out and show you the files that you're going to be using. So in your computer concept data files, Word, this time Chapter 5, you have what we call form letters, and you also have these icons here. And this is actually a database. So we haven't worked in the database in Microsoft yet. The database software is called Access, and you can tell it's an Access software because it says Access here and it looks like a key. So we're going to be merging these two files together to create other documents, such as a letter or labels or printing envelopes or so forth. So this is what we have in the folder itself. Now what I need for you guys to do is to copy, so right mouse click, copy this Word Chapter 5 folder, and I need for you to put it into your own folder so that you're not working off the data files itself. So you can have Word Chapter 5 right here. Okay, so that's going to close out. And what we're going to be doing is creating this type of document here. So in this lesson, we're going to be looking at the form letter, and we will use a template and create a letterhead with a banner. You can tell these little chevrons, which is a double arrow, and the double arrows on your keyboard is above the space bar and has two double arrows there. We don't key those in, but that's what it looks like. It looks like two angle brackets. And so we don't key that in. That actually formulates when we put in a merge field. So this address block right here is a placeholder for the address field. The greeting line is a placeholder for the salutation field. The first name is a merge field. And then there's the data source. So the data source is that access file. Remember I showed you that key file in your computer concepts data file? This is what's contained in that access file. We're going to be creating one of these. So we have field names, title, first name, last name, address line 1, address line 2, and so forth. And then you have actual entries. So in the titles, you see it's only a title, and the first name, there are only first names in that column. So these are the actual fields, but each field makes a whole entry. The entry is all this data that's in that line, okay? So in this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries. When we merge this data source along with the form letter together, what we end up is personalized letters. So instead of having address block, we actually have a printout of the information that came from this data source onto the letter. So we have a personalized letter for Mylan, we have a personalized letter for Juanita, and then there's the letter 3, letter 4, and letter 5, and they're all personalized. So I don't have to go in there and type one letter and then change this information. I just do a simple merge process and it creates that for me. Now 5 letters is very minimal, but just think of a business that is sending out a publication, like think of Publishers Clearinghouse directory, and they send out millions of letters. Okay, so they have a data source that has 1 million addresses in there plus, and they merge that together and all these letters print out and it's all personalized. So this is what we're going to be creating, and we are going to get started with our work. So as we plan for our project and print our form letters and our mailing letters and directories, we need to take a look at the project overview and general project guidelines. So when we're creating a Word document and the actions that you're going to be performing will affect the appearance and characteristics of the finished document. As you create the form letter in this project, the related documents such as the labels and the envelopes can also be generated. So we need to plan ahead, and we're going to look at identifying the main document for the form letter and then designing a creative letterhead. Then we need to specify a data source, and the data source contains the variables or changing values for each letter. A data source can be an Access database table, it can be Outlook contacts, or even an Excel spreadsheets. Then we need to compose the main document in the form letter. The main document contains the constant or unchanging text, punctuation, spaces, and graphics. So in every main document, every letter that we print from the main document or the form letter is going to contain the constant things that do not change. Then we're going to perform the merge function. So we're going to merge the main document to the data source to create the form letter. And after that, we can create mailing letters or labels, envelopes, and a directory. So let's go ahead and start Word. And we are going to, if you want to have your show high button on, you can have that on. But we are going to click on the mailings ribbon to display the mailings tab. Now your mailings ribbon is right here. And on the mailings tab, you have some icons that are grayed out because they're not accessible at this point. But you have your tool for envelopes, labels, start mail merge, select recipients, edit your recipients, highlight merge field, address block, greeting lines, insert merge field, rules, match fields, updates, previews, and you can preview through this panel here, and then finish and merge. So we're going to click the Start Merge button, and we are going to display the Merge menu. And from the Merge menu, we will click the letters. So we're going to merge a letter. And then we need to go Start Merge again and go to the step-by-step Mail Merge Wizard. Once when we get that step-by-step Mail Merge Wizard, we can actually set up the mail merge. This panel opens up when you get your step-by-step. There's step 1 of 6. And so in this panel, we can actually look at what we're going to create. Now, if you don't have letters selected already, and you should because that's what we selected in the beginning, go ahead and make sure letters is selected. Then go down here and click Next, Starting Document. We are going to start from a template, and then we need to select our template. And the template we are going to select is the Equity Merge Letter. So we need to find the Equity Merge Letter. We need to go to Letters, that would help, and then Equity Merge Letter. So there's Equity Letter. Make sure you choose the Merge Letter template. And then go ahead and click OK. Click the Close button in the upper right corner of the Mail Merge Task pane. And now we are going to work with this Equity Merge Letter. So the first thing I'm going to have you guys do at this point is save this document. Okay? We don't want to go too far into the editing before we actually lose any information. So we're going to save this as Equity Form and then your name. So File, Save As, and then go to your Documents library, find your folder, and you can even put this in the Chapter 5 And we're going to save this as EQUITY form hyphen your name. And the reason we want it to be labeled form is because we need to start separating the form letters from the final merged document, and then click save. Make sure your file name says equity form up here. This is the end of the first lesson because it's already been 10 minutes and I don't want to get too far into this video before we start creating another video. But before we close out, I want you to notice that as I go through this document, you can actually see there's some fields in this, and there's the example of those chevrons. These chevrons are those angle brackets, and it's a double angle bracket. We do not key those in. Those will actually generate and create when we key a field, when we insert a field. So we have a pick a date. This is picking up your computer number. We can type in the sender's name or the company, and we can actually delete these items out too if we don't want them. We have the address block, the greeting line, and then as we look through our letter itself, it says on the Insert tab, the galleries include items are designed to coordinate with your overall document. We have typed the closing letter, and then type the sender title, and type the sender's company name. So this will end the first video. Go ahead and save your document if you haven't done so, and we will look at the Word Chapter 5 video lesson 2 next.